But let's get a move on then and hear it from Saurabh Mukherjee, who's very upbeat on the API potential in India, and he's also believes that there's a lot of potential. And also hear it from Ramesh Swaminathan, the global CFO of Lupin, who believes that the time has come to encourage local manufacturing in pharma in a big way.
I think this the place where we're very, very keen to do more work is just that it is a complex sector. Is what we are hearing from pharma experts in America and buyers in America is that the sheer scale of the Chinese API market is such that there is a clear desire on the part of global pharma companies to reduce their dependence on Chinese API. So even if 5% of the Chinese API production moves to India, India's API demand doubles, API production doubles. India's API production doubles, which is 5% of the Chinese market migrates to India. Now, if India's API production doubles, there's a whole kind of supply chain of chemical intermediates, down to raw chemicals, then glass line vessels, right? There's a whole ecosystem there, right? That we would love to understand in more detail. And a lot of these are listed companies, small cap, mid cap listed companies. The chemistry is a little complex, and unfortunately, not that many of us in the team have chemical engineering degrees. So there's a little bit of chemical complexity. But the other thing is, this is a completely new world, right? Our API sector has actually shrunk in the last 20 years. So to potentially look forward to the doubling of API production in India over 3, 4, 5 years is something very exciting. And my reading is there will be plenty of money to be made here. Just a question of doing some diligent research on not just the straightforward part. The straightforward part is Divi's lab makes API and they grow. That's easy. But who supplies Divi's lab? What are the intermediate suppliers? What are the machinery suppliers to the sector? And I think there's potentially a whole ecosystem that will blossom there as the world reduces its dependence on Chinese API production.
The flavor of the day seems to be nationalistic fervor, and this seems to be resonating across the globe. You have it in India, you have it in America with the current president, and you have it in other parts also. If you speak, for example, Lupin, we have also been conscious of this for quite some time, and we have, in most of these countries where we are operating, we actually have, in fact, local manufacturing as well. Of course, the basic paradigm is low-cost manufacturing in India and exporting to the rest of the globe. But there are, in fact, manufacturing facilities that we have acquired or set up in other parts. We have a facility at Somerset in America. Likewise, in our operations for Brazil, we have a pretty large plant out there. When it comes to Mexico, we've got a pretty large plant out there as well. So I think that model is what is going to stand us in good stead, potentially for Indian pharma. You need to actually have the basic paradigm of manufactured from India, but you should certainly supplement that with, in fact, local manufacture. And you would do that perhaps for, depending on the product, the portfolio that you have and so on. But that for sure is the way to go.
All right, let's focus a little bit more on this topic. We've got Sudarshan Jain of Apex